What is happening in New York right now will be the dominant story for the next 24 hours. Yes, Donald Trump on his way to a courtroom. Megyn Kelly spent plenty of time there as a lawyer, but we prefer her as a broadcaster.
It's a before and after moment for the United States of America. An incredibly special place, a unique place in the world's superpower, and the world needs us to remain the superpower. And we cannot devolve into this banana republic stuff. It's yet another thing that will be used against us, and it will be legitimate. It's just bit by bit we tear ourselves down as places like China build themselves up, and we let it happen at our peril. You know, Joe Biden is letting it happen. The Democrats are letting it happen because why? Like I said, they fight to kill. Well, kill what? You could kill Donald Trump. That's a kamikaze mission in which you take him down potentially and you take the rest of us down with you. Because if you don't think the Republicans are going to finally wake up and start responding in kind, you haven't paid attention to history. Eventually they'll get it like they did with the filibuster when it came to judges. Democrats got rid of it in part. Republicans finished it off when it came to judges. You don't think they're going to start indicting Hunter Biden? Or at the state level, have state prosecutors start to go after top Democrats who are running for office who did something controversial? They'll start doing it for political gain. So they can become prosecutorial superstars like Alvin Bragg, who wants to see his name in lights in Manhattan and wants to do it in an untoward way. That we've never done that. That's been a line we've never crossed. You don't think Bill Clinton came close to the legal lines? And if we sicked 3 different grand juries on him, we would have found something. We've been above that. We've moved on from prior presidential candidates or presidents themselves. And the fact that Donald Trump lost after one term and was able to run again has fired up the bellies of vengeance by his hardcore opponents in a way that's really pernicious. And trust me, just as fired up as they are, Trump's hardcore base and many other Republicans are feeling it too. They're already worried about America. They're worried about the weaponization of the Justice Department. And the more that comes down on this guy, whether you like him or not, the darker it gets and the more dangerous it gets.
When it comes to his mugshot, can I ask a really dumb question of a very smart person? Can he pose in that? Like if he wanted to raise his fist, if he wanted to make some sort of symbol, is he able to do that?
I don't think they'd allow that. He can choose whatever facial expression he wants, and we've seen that from others in the past. A lot of people, like his ardent supporter, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's a congresswoman here, is urging him to give a huge $1 million smile, you know, like bring it on. It will be kind of telling what he chooses to do. And there's a question about whether it will be made public or not. It's 100% going to be made public, even if they don't want it to be. One of the other controversies is whether this judge will impose a gag order on the litigants, on the defendant, Donald Trump, and on the state. They could actually gag him, Paul, by saying, you may not speak about this case publicly. You may not criticize the DA. You may not criticize this judge. Those are ethical rules he's already supposed to follow, but they may tell him he can't talk about the case at all, which would be the ultimate insult in the context of this case, of indicting and arresting the leading candidate for the Republican nomination for president, a man who's already been president, to tell him in the most extraordinary move in 250 years in the criminal lane that he's not allowed to talk about it. That will cause holy hell. And if he violates such an order, he goes to jail for 30 days a pop.
Can he go to jail?
Yeah, he could. I doubt it, though. Even if he were convicted, I just don't see the judge who would be willing to send the former president to jail on this BS. It's all so convoluted in the meantime. The fabric of the country is being torn apart. And what's upsetting me, Paul, is like, I don't see the riots yet. I'd almost feel better if I saw the riots. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm worried where the anger's going and where it's being channeled right now.